Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
What are we talking about today?
That we are back?
Probably. This is basically our 2019 spring update.
Yep.
And we just want to talk a little bit about what we did over the last year or two. Mm-hmm. Maybe let you know why we haven't been recording at all in the last year, or not so much the year before.
Yeah. And possibly where we might be going with the channel now.
Exactly.
Yep.
So let's start. Why did we have a dry spell with the channel?
Whew.
There's really a variety of reasons.
Yeah. Probably chief among them would be we were really focused on board games because that's what we were doing. And then that shifted significantly away from board games. Not that we don't play board games, just...
Exactly.
The amount of time that we spend playing board games is significantly less now that we are playing other games.
Right. Because Justin was involved in the Yarmouth Adventures League before me. But
Yes.
I got involved 2 New Year's ago. And then once I started getting involved in the Yarmouth Adventures League for D&D, yeah, the amount of time we were spending on that decreased the amount of time we could spend on board games.
Yeah. And it's not even that all of our board game time is now Dungeons and Dragons. Like, we actually play more Dungeons and Dragons than we ever used to play board gaming.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's a lot. We spend a lot of time playing D&D.
Yeah.
A lot.
'Cause,
a lot.
like, the present time, we have a Friday night group.
Yep.
We evolved into basically being the ones that organize the Adventures League for the store on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, we kind of just have a leisurely morning and get to update our characters and make new character ideas together.
Yeah. Yeah, we spend a lot.
So the Saturday and Sunday was basically the time we had to film for the channel.
Yep. And now it's all spent running D&D, updating D&D, records, organization, preparing for like the next adventure because we tend to DM, run the games a lot.
And I used to not DM at all. And over, I'd say the last year, like I've DM'd quite a bit.
Yep.
Like I have a Strahd campaign that I'm in charge of. And then I'm also running some Storm King's Thunder at the store on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Justin's doing the Dungeon of the Mad Mage on Saturdays.
Yep.
And we're getting involved with the local convention. We're volunteering our time to run a crazy 20th level
epic
dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's where it is. And it's interesting because you were so into D&D in your junior high school years.
Yep.
High school for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
And even in university, you played a ton of Vampire the Masquerade.
Yep. All the time.
And then we went into console gaming, then board gaming.
RPGs are really difficult to play unless you have a community of people that have the time to regularly sit down and do it. And that seemed to kind of just fade out right after I finished university.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting because board game kind of came back, hit like this huge surge.
Yes.
And then it almost like a couple of years after it hit that huge surge and became super popular and we started doing videos, people who are into board gaming suddenly started looking for something beyond that.
Yeah.
And then D&D 5th edition with Adventures League, which is an organized play system, really just kind of surged back and suddenly is huge.
In this area for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, tabletop, Critical Role, all of these things. A lot of
and there's
well-known,
so many streamers, too, that do D&D that I can't even begin to list.
Yeah. And a lot of well-known, like, actors, famous people who are really promoting it as well. So that has caused it to surge in popularity as well. Dungeons and Dragons is now on its 5th edition, which is impressive. And then again, almost like a natural progression, pretty much almost exactly how it happened in school, where I was into like games and then discovered Dungeons and Dragons and then started looking for something beyond. Vampire has just released its 5th edition, and is now having its own little surge back of popularity. They just announced a new video game that's coming out. 3 board games that are going to kickstart have been announced. So suddenly it's all starting to come back around.
Yeah. It's funny because I didn't expect that we were going to get so in depth into this discussion.
Yeah.
Because we just basically wanted to say, like, the channel's always been about what we've been interested in. And right now we're really more focused on tabletop RPGs.
Yeah.
So I think the channel is just going to shoot off in that direction for a little while. And who knows? It seems like our hobby tastes are cyclical.
Yeah.
Like, something will really grab our attention for a long while and we'll be really focused in it. For a while it was board games.
Yep.
Right now it's more console gaming and RPGs.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Yep.
And I just want to say one more thing about why I think I'm really throwing myself in depth with RPGs is because I kind of had a rough couple of last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I had a little mental health issues and I did some therapy and I'm doing way better. Right now I don't have to keep going back. I've got the skills I need, but with the RPGs, I could be involved socially with people, but I didn't have to be myself.
Yeah.
I was my character.
Yeah.
And like when you're having RPGs, there's never kind of that social small talk kind of thing. Like everyone's focused on a certain goal.
Yeah.
You're gonna go slay that dragon. I mean, I don't have to ever talk about myself when I was at Adventures League on Saturday.
Yeah.
Whereas with board gaming, you got a lot of downtime, you have a few people over, it's a social event, you catch up on this and that, and you chit-chat and whatever, which is really, really good, and it's really, really awesome. But where I was in the last year, that wasn't good for me. I needed to be someone else, and D&D let me still socialize and get out and about, but I didn't have, there was never any attention on me, which was great. And maybe that was another reason that I kind of didn't want to film anything to put myself out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, great. It's great. I'm feeling so much better and we're doing the channel again and it's awesome.
Yeah. And it's interesting because thinking about where I was as a kid in terms of being able to socialize with people, it's very much the same thing. I wasn't able to, but I could do it when I wasn't myself.
Right.
So suddenly I could be a character. And if I did something stupid or anything at all that would cause me anxiety, I didn't have to worry about it because it wasn't me.
Right.
It was my character.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's awesome.
It helps you gain a social skills when you might not be so confident. And I think that's another reason that tabletop RPGs are so popular now, because everyone's on the social media and you're not really interacting with people anymore, so you kind of lose that thing. So this is a way to gain it back again, which is awesome, because right now our society is not as it's not the way it used to be when we were kids, you know.
No.
Going out with a great big bunch of people or having a great big family gathering, those things don't happen anymore and you lose those skills. Yeah, and this brings it back.
Yep. I'm running a Dungeons and Dragons club at the high school where I'm teaching now, and it's a lot of the similar stuff. A lot of kids who don't know or have trouble with just being around other people and knowing what to do. Because you walk down the halls at noon and there's groups of friends sitting there, but they're all staring at digital devices and not really interacting, other than to call each other names when somebody kills somebody on whatever game they're playing. So the group has gotten big enough that I can't just run it myself. I need multiple students to be DMs. That's how many groups of students we have that are playing. And a lot of it is the same thing. Students not having to worry about being foolish or stupid or whatever social anxiety they might have, because it's not them, It's their characters.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So
I think we got off on a huge tangent.
Of course.
But we got to tell you why we haven't been making videos.
Yep.
What we've been up to.
Yep.
At great length.
Yes.
And where we're headed. Did we say where we're headed?
Sort of, but not really.
No.
Yeah.
What is the direction the channel is going to go into?
RPGs.
Yeah. If it wasn't clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case.
Yeah. So we have a show, Tactics, where we are going to be running a D&D campaign for Charla.
Well, it's funny because I read somewhere on Twitter, people think that D&D has to be played in a group. It's too bad more couples don't D&D together.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I used to run games for Justin when we were in high school and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can play D&D as a couple if you want to.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that works on the channel. Like, hopefully it works. We'll find out.
We're going to find out,
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. Not to say that we are abandoning board games altogether.
No, I mean, we still have all those ones over there.
Yeah, like Charla said, this channel has always been about what we are interested in. We're not going to videotape ourselves doing something that we're not interested in, because that would be boring for us, and I can't imagine it would be interesting for anybody to watch. So what we are passionate about is what is going to be on the channel, and right now this is it.
Yeah.
But we're not getting rid of everything.
No.
So as our tastes come around, that's what you'll see.
And there could maybe even be a little show about dice, because, oh my goodness, I've become so obsessed with dice. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't even articulate it. I have an addiction. I have a dice addiction.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because we use our dice. And yet, right now, there seems to be this obsession with dice everywhere, that for people that don't even use them.
Really? We're going to have a show.
Yeah.
We won't talk anymore, because I wanted this to be quite short of an update. And if you've made it all the way to the end, thanks for watching, because I was like thinking 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll see. This seems longer than that.
Anyway, that's it. We're back.
We're back.
We're trying to get back. We'll see.
It's going to be slow but sure, but we're not going to drop off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Or at all. We never did.
No.
But anyway.
And hopefully you enjoy it.
And if you have any suggestions or comments or anything like that, leave them in the comments below, because we like getting all the comments.
Yes. And thank you for the awesome comments.
Yes, even the year we were off, we were getting some very excellent comments. And thank you very much. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to sign off then.
Yep.
So we'll see you in the next video.
Laters.